Hell House LLC Origins, the Carmichael Manor, is kind of the fourth film in the franchise. It started off in 2015 with the found footage horror film Hell House LLC, and then Hell House LLC 2, The Abandoned Hotel, which was a exclusive Shudder release, and then a second sequel, Hell House LLC 3, Lake of Fire, which was released in September of 2019. Did not expect them to make a fourth film, but then we're going back to what this kind of origin and what the Carmichael Manor is. We do get the aspect and how it's labeled as an origin story for Hell House. Now, the first film is absolutely phenomenal. Found footage lost its way with the genre of horror, but then when Hell House came out, it actually kind of reinvented what horror could be with found footage in 2015. There was that big early 2000 phase of found footage, even earlier than that with the Blair Witch Project. But what this is that the lore is really interesting, and how everything works is really, really good. There are some instances where you kind of get the backstory of the origin process, but it's told through flashbacks, old-timey, grainy VHS tapes that very hard to understand and see. I understand that they're working with that and they're trying to give you that fear and aspect, but with that, it just didn't work. There are some instances where the cinematography is really wonky at times, and it doesn't fit the mold or what this film should be. You should have just called it Hell House Origins. We didn't need the Carmichael Manor, but we do have the aspect of what it is and how the characters progress. The acting in this is better, and I mean better meaning that it's better since the first film, where we get the aspect of how things are shot and things are done. The scenes are really well put together. The blocking is really good. When one person is seeing something, they see it through the camera, and then you see it, but then it goes back and it's different. It's done so well that for me, the cinematography is what really brought me in. But knowing that Hell House Origins LLC, the Carmichael Manor, is the fourth film, but then yet takes place in a certain interesting chronological order, it's really different. If you had Hell House, the first film, and then this one, it would have made sense, and then you make 2 and 3 and put everything together. The shaky handheldness did not work for me. I'm not a fan of those. It works to certain extents, but you can feel the practicality and the weariness over kind of maintaining the foundations of the house, and kind of makes it its own character, which works, but it just didn't feel like it should have worked. And for what Shudder did is they're really putting out like its own generic way. The Carmichael Manor is a film where it's a single location haunted house, and it's only in its kind of lore in a way. It's a film within its own lore that's within its own lore over and over again. Did we need an origin story? I don't think so. While this movie tried to be what it is, it just didn't feel like it was cohesive enough to actually hit the mark where it was scary, it was unsettling. There are some instances where you're like, oh, holy shit, I saw that, but did they see it in the movie? And then you're like, wait, let's go back and see what happens. You could probably have this on as a background movie, but it just doesn't work. But the story is good, the origin, and I feel like Hell House 1 was really phenomenal. And like I said, if you had this one after that, it's really good. And how everything transpires with how they find out, what about Hell House, the origins, whatever it is. Anything that has the name of the horror movie that we all know and love, and then origins after it, I feel like it's going to be a hit or miss. Doesn't even matter if it's good or bad. They tried, it just didn't feel like certain things really worked. And when you see the camera on the main character and then something else in the background, you're just like, your eyes are glued to that, but then yet it shifts to a different scene or aspect. It's fun, it's good, but it just needed more effectiveness, where I think that if it did, it would have worked to a point. For me, Hell House Origins LLC, the Carmichael Manor, gets 2 out of 5 stars. Let me know in the comment section below what you thought about Hell House LLC Origins, the Carmichael Manor. Did you like it? Did you not like it? What did you think of it? What did you think about the aspect of the story? Did you like that this was an origin story? Do you think that after the first one they should have had this one and then 2 and 3, or do you like how everything was put together? Which is your favorite in the franchise, and did you like how the story was, or do you think it could have been better? And were you scared? And do you think that the found footage genre has done its duty and kind of had its mainstream effect? And do you think that it should go away, or do you think that it should stay around? Let me know in the comment section below about all of the questions I just asked, and let me know what rating you would give Hell House LLC Origins, the Carmichael Manor. And be sure you click that subscribe button, hit that notification bell for new review videos on my channel. I will see you all in the next review video. I'm Mr. Filmstock, and thank you so much for tuning in.